brother, dude, man. Hello. Thanks for joining me. Uh, Welcome back. Uh, if this is your first time ever joining me, welcome for the first time. Hello. Feel free to feel safe here and be exactly who you are. Um, Man, what a packed day! What a packed day! I um, I feel real accomplished today. I feel real accomplished. I uh, I had a pretty good job interview as well today. Um, I felt like it could be a real real potential for something cool. Um, and it was you know we definitely saves me on the wear and tear in my car if I work from home, if it's like a from home job, which you know uh, something I've thought about a bunch. So it's now it's a matter of waiting. I think until Tuesday. Today's Thursday, so I think by Tuesday I should know. I should receive whatever the next steps are, if there are some next steps. But it sounded like more than likely she was saying they are going to be the next steps. Pardon me. And you know, it might be cool. Might be might be sort of the kind of work uh, I've done a ton of. I think that I was showing that to the woman who interviewed me today. They had more. You know, when they're like, uh, give us an example of give us an example of when a customer was upset and what you did to make them feel better. Like, I, I feel like I've answered that question 4 times this week. Yeah. So, uh, I, I'm, I'm optimistic. I feel like there's there's lots to achieve, and there's little time to do so. So I'm gonna get to achieving some stuff. I'm gonna get to making making some waves, uh, perhaps changing some cultures inside of breaking some chains, breaking some codes, and you know programming. Breaking the cycles, breaking the cycles that have been in my ancestry for decades and years and millennia, I guess. There's the pattern in I think men in my family, as far back as I've ever heard, have all been you know selfish, sort of unaware of the impact of you know the impressions they make. And I'm I'm breaking that chain for sure, because the generations before me, what I can assume on my dad's side too, because he has a lot of unhealed wounds that he'll refuse to ever work on. um, I mean, and that's what it is. He's damaged goods, and he came from damaged goods, and his father came from damaged goods. It's just passed on down and passed on down, and he you know it prevented him from being able to be a good father. And I I don't I don't want to be somebody who's in a position to be a role model to people, and then mistreat them, or uh, treat them in a way that they don't feel safe, or I just I that that chain ends. That and that's on both sides of the family, making people feel judged and unsafe. And I know that some people mean well, but they got you know pe- people in my family, they just say what they think, and sometimes it's not whether it's going to hurt somebody's feelings or not, because they never even think of it like that, because of course they're perfect. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I was raised by my mother and not her sisters or brother. Um, so so lucky, so blessed to um, thinking about it. All of the circumstances that it took, like, what think of anywhere else in the world that somebody could be born by any other family, and I got this jackpot. Like, I any other mom, uh, any other parent, people have two parents that they don't love as much as, like, or who aren't as good to them as my one mom is better than two parents a lot of times, from experience that I've seen and you know uh, lived through, and kind of like partnered up with some people who've had parents that have toxic relationships with each other, that the kids feel the effects. But when I was a kid growing up, it was, if somebody had two parents, then they got kind of, I don't know, it felt like that was a privilege. Like, it's weird. Like, I felt like, coming from a single parent family like me, um, we would feel the struggles of not having two adults with income. And when you'd see anybody with two parents, you'd automatically think that they were like some privileged rich kid who has no idea what suffering is like, because you know to me, suffering is only being poor. Me as a kid growing up, it was like, oh, well, suffering is that we're just we're poorer than all the other kids. And inside of that, you know two of my siblings were struggling with their identity and their sexuality. We just my mother was raising three kids by herself when she was young, and it was me and my older brother and my older sister. And they both knew they were gay. um, and my mom knew she was gay, and it was just, we're all kind of, everybody wanted to accept everybody and just make sure everybody felt safe. No, I don't know about feeling safe, because I don't think my older sister ever really made me feel too safe, and I still don't really feel very safe. Uh, Sadly, I feel like it's a minefield trying to talk to her. You don't know what she's going to overanalyze, or try to get her feelings hurt by, or anything like. Or, me and my brother talked about it, and it's kind of like either we're cool all the time or we're not cool at all. Stop acting like, oh, we're cool for a minute, and then like, yeah, something I said or did hurt your feelings, and you're just gonna decide to not talk. Just don't talk to me then. That's fine. Your relationship with me has always been problematic, and I'm okay with. I want you to do really well. I'm happy for all the success and the love that you have, and I want you to do great. But stay there and do that. What is? I don't think I've ever been fully myself and felt safe. I don't feel like growing up I ever felt safe. I don't feel safe talking to you. Um, so there's moments that we'll talk about your pain and we'll talk about, you know, how unsafe you felt, then we'll never talk about your accountability for making me feel unsafe my whole life. No, that's okay. I won't ever make anybody feel the way that I felt. I never want to hurt anybody. Um, it's impossible to please everybody all the time. It's, there's gonna be um, there's gonna be people who kind of programmed themselves to be used to being a victim, and, and like people who are so self-righteous, and they present themselves like their way is the right way, is the only way, but then you look at the full picture zoomed out a little bit, and you're like, oh crap, um, what are your dreams? Who are you? You want this and that's it? That's maybe it's we don't relate because the world is bigger than that, and uh, there's limits. There's limits, and I'm okay. I'm okay with it. It's difficult to really kind of, when I think a big part of me not feeling intelligent was surrounding myself with somebody who thinks they're more intelligent than everybody that comes across them, and it really limited me, and And I love who I'm growing into. And not having those type of people in my life is what makes me love the life I'm in right now. I want everybody to love the life they're in, to be grateful for the things they have, the people they have, their car. I got to be more grateful for my car. It gets me back and forth, and it's got a lot of miles. It's on its last legs, but it's getting there for me. I pet it all the time on the dashboard and say, "Thanks, buddy. You're doing it. Thanks so much for hanging with me all these years." I mean, it's it's a silly thing, but I talk to my car all the time and just thank it for getting me safely back and forth to the places I go. And I just want you guys to all love life and and uh, and show it. You know, it's one thing to say you're thankful, and it's one thing to be thankful. Be thankful, and act thankful. Stay forgiving. Stay in the mind of you know somebody who can move past stuff and not dwell, because that dwelling, holding on to that weight, is not really serving you. Um, when you're offended, the only person who's feeling pain from it is you. So how long are you going to feel that pain? How long until you put that weight down and you accept the things that that you can't change, that have already happened? I say all the time, we waste so many right nows on right nows that'll never come back. We can't unring that bell that got rung. It's like trying to put sand art back into the bottle if it fell out or something. It's the serenity. Grant me the power to change the things I can and accept the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. And knowing the difference comes with experience, and spotting the signs that are pointing towards, here's the pattern. Maybe I need to be out of it. The pattern is so and so and so and so and so. A friend comes to the house who I haven't talked to in years and just goes, "Hey, let's hang out." The pattern is, we just had a big fight a year or so ago. It's hypothetical. And he said, "All right, well, let's go our separate ways and not be friends anymore." And I go, "Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Totally fine with me." I let's operate on good. Operate on we're good. Let's operate on we're square. Neither one of us really owes each other anything. I mean, apologies are nice, but I don't need them to have forgiven you. I absolutely know that, like, you were living reactionary, and I really don't need that in my life. So go ahead, do you, boo? Do you, boo? I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do me, and what I am doing is better without you in it. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. Tell the people that you love them. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Check new live todays every day. This has just been day 3. Try to make this a pretty nightly thing. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Be fun. Have safe. Keep evolving.